Let's face it, no matter how good of a game Minecraft is, if you have bad FPS and bad lag, it's just not fun to play. But don't you worry, I'm here to help fix your FPS and make your experience so much smoother. What is up, guys? It is Farzy here, and today, let's discuss everything you need to know about Minecraft lag. So the first thing to note is that your lag could be caused by your Minecraft world, your computer, or your internet. Now, to figure out what the issue is, you're gonna click F3 and look at a few numbers. Pay attention to your FPS, your tick speed, and your entity count. So right away, look at your tick speed. If that number is lower than like 15 or 10, it means it's probably your internet that's having issues. Now, a low tick speed doesn't necessarily mean it's your internet, but 95% of the time, that is the issue. So trust me on this, if your tick speed is low, check your internet and make sure everything's working properly. And if it is fine, keep watching for more troubleshooting ideas. Next up, here's a big one. E, the entity count. So you'll see right now for me it's at 0 because I'm looking straight up. But if I turn towards my big survival world, you will see it raise up exponentially. Now, there's no magic number to lag less, but just understand, out of all those entities, each one is taking up space and causing a little bit of lag. So if there's a lot, that's going to cause a lot of lag. Now, regardless if you have a high number or not, I recommend you look around your world, because some places might be filled with mobs, while others might be a little bit more barren. Take this as a great example. Right now I see under 200 entities, but if I turn around, it goes up to almost, what is that, nearly 400. So you can see it really makes a big difference to look around and find the hotspot for mobs. Now understand, the entity count is not just for mobs, it's also for armor stands and item frames. Like, look at this room here. This is probably causing so much lag in my world. So if you have massive animal farms or giant rooms with armor stands in them, you gotta get rid of some of those. It's gonna just cause so much FPS drop. Now, I also recommend making a backup of your world like I just did. This way, you can experiment. You can take down all your entities and see if the FPS gets improved. And if you want a faster way to kill all your entities, use the command /kill@E for all entities. And boom, you'll see every single entity just died. And you can see I'm up to like 90 FPS right now, so it really makes a big difference. Now let's talk about other things in your world that can cause lag. The most notable blocks are chests, transparent blocks, and redstone farms. Like, guys, it's okay to have redstone farms. Like, it's fine to make automatic farms, but make them away from your spawn. Because if you guys didn't know, your spawn chunks are always loaded, meaning if there is a farm within like 100 blocks of where you spawn, it will always be on no matter where you are in the world. But if you make that farm somewhere else in the world, far away from spawn, you have to be there for it to work. So yeah, the point is, watch out for making too many things in your spawn chunks. Now that's about all you have to know for physical things in your Minecraft game, but now let's look at some of the settings. Now I will note, I am using Optifine, which helps boost your FPS, but regardless of what you have, this will work for anyone. Go to your video settings and you are going to look at all these top graphics. First of all, your render distance. This should not be above 12 to 14. You can read this little prompt down here, but to make a long story short, anything around 8 to 10 will be best. I mean, technically going lower, it would help your FPS, but Minecraft's kind of unplayable at 5 chunks or less, so I would stick to about 10 to 12. Now you'll see I have things like graphics and dynamic lights on fancy, but that's just my preference. If you're having major issues, put these down to fast. Now I would also recommend minimizing your particles, so in my case go to animations, particles, and have it on decrease or even minimal, but having it on all will cause some lag. Now I'm not going to tackle every single setting here, but those are like the main ones I think are really important. And you'll see the FPS continues to rise. I'm up to about 120 right now. Now, I'm hoping these settings improved your world, but let's say they didn't. Let's say you're still having very bad FPS. Well guys, that most likely means your computer is due for an upgrade. Now I understand that buying a whole new computer is expensive, it's difficult, it's annoying, I know. But there are at least 3 specific things that you have to improve. 1 is your graphics card, number 2 is your RAM, and number 3 is your hard drive space. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not great with computers, but it's very obvious to me that to run games, you need that graphics card, you need space, and you need RAM. If you can upgrade even one of those, you'll have a significant boost. Now, here's my conclusion. I recommend, if you don't want to buy a new computer or the parts, and you've tried the settings, and nothing's working, I recommend you just go play Bedrock. You can play Minecraft Pocket Edition, you can play on an old Xbox, there's so many cheap ways to play Minecraft. I recommend, if FPS is your biggest concern, get off the computer. Computer is the most complicated way to play video games. I'm not getting into a console versus PC war, I'm just saying, if you're trying to just forget about your issues and just play the game smoothly, go play a console, it's less work for you. And finally, I want to show off a before and after comparison. Here is before my FPS tips, and here is after. As you can see, it helps me out quite a lot. Well, those are all the tips I got for you. Hopefully it was helpful. If your Minecraft is running smoother and you want to thank me, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I'll talk to you guys next time. So until then, goodbye.